Hey, what's up? What's happening and what's going down? It is your boy, the Ruxman, coming at you guys live and direct today. Guys, it's that time again. I'm gonna be updating my boy Bad Mojo. Y'all remember the computer build, my black and white build, into a new case. And for that reason, today we gonna be doing another bam unboxing. We're gonna be taking a look at HBT's Gravity 6. Let's jump right into this, y'all. All right, guys, so check this out. The HBT Gravity 6 is made by a fairly, I don't know if they're necessarily new, they're new to me, by a new company called Han Tech. I could be butchering that name, I don't know. But what piqued my interest is I was looking into a new case. My previous case was the Corsair 600T in white. Loved the case, extremely fun to build in, extremely easy to build in. But I wanted to look for something that was more catered to airflow and potential more looking into water cooling into the future, since my motherboard that I picked out, after all, is geared more towards water cooling. But we'll jump into that a little bit later. But for now, let's change this camera angle and get y'all into the box. Okay, guys, so to start this off, we always want to give a little respect to the company Han Tech and take a look at this box right here and see what they're showing us. So on the very front of the box, and pay attention, Han Tech, they beat my box up, man. I'm not happy about this. But we get a little bit of a look at the Gravity 6 and the design, man. It's so sick, man. Like, it's a design that I had never seen before, not for me at least, but I thought it was pretty cool. Nice little windowed side panel. Wish there was a full tempered glass panel, but there is another model of this case that does have a full tempered glass. I'm gonna see if I can get one of those in, and if I can get it in and I like that one better, I may end up using that. But for now, let's take a look at this one. All right, let's spin it around the side. Let's take a look on this side here. So on the side here, we just got some basic information talking about the case's appearance and style. All right, right there. We're talking about how much storage it has, better ventilation design, and advanced cable management. So, and it's also really saying that it caters towards the DIY or do-it-yourself water cooling friendly, and it's virtual reality ready and 1080 GTX compatible. So I'm guessing the 1080 must be a pretty large card, and they're wanting you to know, hey, you get that card, you're gonna be able to fit it in here. Let's spin it around the front, a bunch of shipping information. One thing that I did notice on the label is this label right here, and I wanna zoom in, see if I can pick that up for you guys. So I've zoomed in on that label so you guys can take a look at it. And this is basically showing you HBT Gravity 6. And it's a case, it's made out of aluminum, all that good stuff. But what was really cool is the fact that they put on the case that it is considered a high-end gaming case. I thought that was pretty badass. But anyway, let's jump out of this. So on the last side of the box, we get a little more information about the case and its capabilities itself. So it's giving us dimensions on here in both millimeters and inches, which is really nice. So it's looking like we got 9.5 inches, 21, well, in terms of width, 9.5 inches. The height is 21.5, and the depth is 20.1 millimeters. Would be 242 millimeters width, 545 millimeters height, and 510 millimeters in depth. Now, the motherboard form factor, it's saying ITX, micro ATX, ATX, and EATX, which is the reason, another reason I looked at this case, because my motherboard is a EATX, and it supports whips up to 267 millimeters. Okay, it's letting us know that we can get, in terms of drive bays, whether it's 3.5 or 2.5, there's a maximum of 9, which is that I don't know how much storage you're gonna want, but that's pretty cool. In terms of external I/O, which is gonna be the little panel on top of the case, I'm saying, is gonna be USB 3.0. We got 2 of those. Looks like we got 1 mic in and an audio out. I wish, I'm not even looking at the case, but I know a bunch of us always like to have 4 ports here. I don't know why that's the case. It's supposed to be a high end, but we'll see. Expansion slots, we have 7. Pretty standard there. Case cooling, looks like we have, for the front panel, we can do 3 120 millimeter fans, 2 140s. Top is the repeated the same, 3 120 millimeters, 2 140s. Rear, you could do 1 120 or 1 140. And it says, it actually says button on there instead of bottom. I want you guys to check this out. I don't know who wrote that. Right here, it says on the bottom we can support a 140, or I guess a 120 should work at the bottom as well. Let's see what else we got here. GPU management, it says we got cable management says we have 34 millimeters of clearance, which basically translates to those who are in the States to, let me see, 1.33, so 1 1/3 of space right there in inches. GPU length, let's see what that looks like. We got 420 millimeters, and it's saying that's with the front panel fans included. So even with the fans, it'll sport 420 millimeters in length of GPU, which basically translates into 16 and a half. So 16 and a half with inches in terms of the GPU length. Height 420. Height for the maximum cooler is 180 millimeters, which translates to 7 inches. All right, let's flip this on down, change the camera angle, and get into this girl. Okay, so we're gonna dive right in. We got Susan right here, ready for surgical precision. Remember, guys, safety first. Let's put this off to the side. And with surgical precision, we go ahead and we enter the patient. All right. There we go. Susan's freed him up on that side. We're gonna come from the top across. Now, guys, I'm pretty excited about this case. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna actually show you a comparison. And you guys, some of you guys already know me out here. You seen my little Batman shirt, but this case really does remind me of like Batman's suit, kinda. And hopefully it looks that way when we get inside of here and take a look at it again. But I don't know if that inspired the design. Maybe it's just me being a nerd or a fan of the Bat. But let's see. So let's put old Susan away. It's her uncontrollable bloodlust. We don't need to fulfill any of her crazy notions. So how are we gonna go about this? So let's take these flaps out first on the side. So lift those up. That makes it a lot easier to just flip this box over and get her or him out of there. See the Batman shirt? Matter of fact, let me grab something real quick. Check this guy out right here. So old Batman, old Brucey, I really believe it kind of favors Batman. But anyway, that was a nerd moment. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Let's flip this guy over. It's actually not very heavy in terms of weight, which it would appear it is, but it's not. It's more of a awkward thing to handle situation. So let's wiggle it. Get it on out of there. And get this massive box off to the side. So boxes off to the side. Packaging is pretty much what you expect. Hard foam. They usually do on premium cases a bit softer foam. At least that was my experience with the Corsair, and I had this little fancy bag. But we're not here to compare. We're not here to compare. We got instructions on the inside, a full breakdown of the case, everything that it includes. It looks like here. Thumb screws, the whole breakdown, everything that you should have. Let's put that off to the side. And let's get into this right here. I just heard something fall. It sounded like a screw, but maybe that's just the plastic or whatever is on here. Let's shimmy you over to the side and get this styrofoam off there. So it would appear, since I flipped it out of the box upside down, that the case is in fact upside down. So let's flip it on over. There you go. That is a screw. I hear it falling and moving around in there. Oh, and I still don't have it on the right side. So let's flip it again. Apparently you need to be professionally trained to unbox this stuff. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. It's not for the faint at heart. They set us up for an unveiling. It sounds like the side panel's off. I don't think that's pretty good for shipping, but you know, whatever. We'll see if we got any damage on the way. Let's take that off of there. And throw this inside of the box. And just that first look, man, that brushed aluminum looks very, 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 very nice. Very Batman-like. Very, very Batman-like. And it's got this nice little groove up at the top that I'm an aesthetic guy, so forgive me, guys. Let me show you this little cut that it has going down the top. So this is that top I/O that they were talking about, and we got the two USB 3.0s right there, along with a headphone jack and a microphone jack at the top. Not pretty minimalist. We're not gonna hold that against them because I hardly plug anything in up here. I think that's just me being greedy and wanting more. But let's take a look at the front here. I don't know that we have anything. This front panel doesn't open up, so that's good because I didn't want any optical drives. I didn't use it on my last case, and I just found it to be a waste of space, and I could have had much better airflow without it. So I'm kind of glad they don't have that. Let's spin it around to the side. This panel's already off from shipping, so just want you guys to get a look at the window. Not a giant window size, but definitely bigger than what I was used to on my previous case, which I told you again was the Corsair 600T in white. But this brushed aluminum, all the things that I thought was scratches, just like dust. Really, really, really nice. Let's pop the panel off. They've saved us the trouble of having to do that difficult, without having to unscrew it. So that's a guys, this is like, when they said it was premium aluminum, this thing has like little to no flex. You have to be trying to break this to hurt it. You literally have to be trying to do something. This is structurally sound. No complaints in terms of quality there. I will tell you that much. Let's put this panel off to the side here. That is thumbs up, Haban Tech. That is super cool. Now I'm wondering, you know what? Let's grab that panel one more time. I'm really impressed with it. However, it has these little grooves right here that look like they capture themselves onto the board, or the case rather. So I'm wondering if it catches itself and doesn't. Oh yeah, it does. So you go ahead and do that, and it doesn't just fall off. That's pretty cool, and that's what I was checking for you guys. so it doesn't just fall off. It kind of catches itself on the side. Another really nice design feature by HBT. So really, really, really cool. It looks like we're using thumb screws to get inside of the case. I don't know if they're captive, which they can't be because nope, they come right off. Thumb screw comes right off. What you've come to expect in a thumb screw. Let's spin it around this side and take a look at some things here. Okay, so we got the other side panel off. More of the same, super rigid, no flex over here. You got to be the Hulk to break that down. Let's put those. All right, so inside we also got the little Gravity 6 accessory box, letting us know all the accessories within the box, contents and everything like that. Really nice, really cool to know. Let's put this off to the side. And let's just start taking a look at this layout, man. This is really cool. I'm gonna move this out of the way and kind of get a better angle for you guys. Okay guys, since we're already on the back, let's take a look at what's going on back here and what HBT's done. So I'm gonna already tell you, this space right here for cable routing is like almost 2 fingers, man. Like it says that it's an inch, about an inch and I think a third, like 1.33 inches. There is plenty. I'm gonna tilt the case so that you guys can kind of see that channel down there. This channel is really, really ample for cable management. They've already gone ahead and in a premium case fashion, just like they're saying it's high end, if they've gone ahead and used these tie-offs here for easy cable management, rubber grommets in there to help you route your cables through. We got an included fan controller or fan hub that'll accept up to 8 fans on this hub here. That's really, really, really cool. We got our, of course, the connectors to the front I/O for the USB 3.0 and the power lights and everything like that. At this point, we all know what that is. We've got 2 different trays right here. This one has an adapter on it. It looks like, well, no, this one is, it'll looks like it will accept either the 3.5 or the 2.5. Probably a different tray. I'm not 100% certain, but we'll see. But it looks like this will be do 2 3.5s on the back right here, where you can easily get those out of the way, give your case a nice clean aesthetic. So I'm pretty excited about that. So once I start building in here, you know, I'm really excited. I want to see how it turns out. So let's spin this around here, get another look at the rear. And we got, just looks like we got one 140 millimeter fan included. There is a slot right there, adjustable slot, so you can slide the fan up and down and position it where you want for better airflow, to optimize your airflow. Really nice feature that they've included here. And a 140 fan with the option to do a 120 fan in that same position. These are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 expansion slots down below, right up in here, and the space for the power supply. Nothing special there. Some grommets for water cooling loops that you want to run. But look, a little bit of scratching on the case. Not the end of the world. That's not really bothering anybody. Let's go ahead and spin her around. So on the front of this cage, so we've already got some drive-based sleds here. So 2 sleds are included. I don't know. Well, no, I don't guess there's more in the box. Looks like they've already given us fans, not at the top, but we have fans right here, 2 140 millimeter fans with the option to do 3 120s. Already populated with the 140. This shroud right here is actually, it looks optional and you can remove it. I actually like it. It looks really cool. So I'm going to leave it on there, but an option to remove the shroud right here. Again, a bunch of space right here. I'm guessing if you want to run an LED strip, which I plan on doing, guys. I actually picked one up today because it'll be the first time I've run LED in my case. So that's going to be really nice to toy around with. So outside of the shroud and everything being really clean, a really clean aesthetic for the inside, guys, it looks like HBT has taken into consideration, you know, cable management, just adding these little cutouts to get the wires all around the thing. Even up here, all around the case, you got those motherboard cutouts up top. I'll kind of move that up. Really light case to move around. But up top where you would connect that power connector to the motherboard and maybe route some fans around and everything like that. Really, really nice that they did that. You know, check that out. Really nice options to route the cables around. Ample cooling here. I want to give this front thing a little pull. See if we can get it off there pretty easily. And I don't know if I should pull from the top. Oh, it comes open off the top fairly easy. It doesn't capture itself, so it'll kind of drop if you don't hold on to it. But it looks like they've also included this little grip at the bottom. Probably much easier to grab onto this and do it than what I just did. But let's put this off to the side and give this case a little bit of a spin. And what we have here is a... Oh, it's actually... Is that magnetic or did it just fall right off of there? I don't know. Oh, it is magnetic. So that's cool. I thought the tape was holding it on there. But we got a magnetic dust filter with pretty decent magnets on it. Has these little slots that it grooves into and holds into place. Yeah, no, actually, those are actually really good magnets. I take that back. So let's put this off to the side. We got our HBT fans. Look like they're optimized for airflow. So not really static pressure fans, but airflow fans in the front. Not a whole lot going on right there. Let's check underneath the bottom. So very lightweight, man. This case is extremely, extremely lightweight. I've gotten so used to my Corsair 600T, and it's a fairly heavy premium case. This is the bottom. They've got another dust filter right here that just runs along the bottom. I don't know if it's a magnet. It is a magnet. It doesn't slide. So it's a little magnet. The feet lifted pretty decent off the ground. I don't know if I would feel comfortable putting it on a carpet, but it has the feet on there to lift it on up. One really cool thing is they've done these little grooves on the filter, so you just can't slap it right on there. You got to put it in there and lock it into place with the magnet. So at first, just now, literally just now, that was annoying until I realized the reason for it. So that's actually pretty cool. I don't know how functional it is later on once it's all filled with parts, but for now, I'm gonna go with cool. I'm looking at the bottom here. Let's remove that one more time here, actually, guys. There's actually space right here for another fan. Looks like you could do either a 140 or a 120 millimeter fan right there at the bottom of the case to pull in some fresh air or exhaust some hot air out. You know, that's pretty cool. Oh, and the power supply has its own little space right here too as well, with these vents where it can exhaust that hot air out of the case. So I flipped the case back up, guys. I want to change the angle one more time for you guys. So now we've pretty much got us stripped down to the bare essentials. The only part that we haven't removed and taken a look at is this top panel right here where those 3 fans can go in. So I'm assuming if I just hold this down and pull this up, and I don't want to do too much, I don't want to break it. Let's see. There it goes, and it comes off right there. So nice, sturdy top panel. It's got a little bit of flex because there's a cut right there, but other than that, this part is probably the only part that's not metal. So that's interesting, really cool, but let's put that off to the side. Okay, so up top, we've got this little cage right here that gives you the option of mounting 3 120 millimeter fans up top, and I'll kind of flip that so you guys can see it. So you got the option to do 1, 2, and 3 120 millimeter fans, or 2 140 millimeter fans, and populate this with a really nice size rad, because they've gone ahead and recessed this from the inside. Of course, it's recessed this way so that when you stuff that rad in there and lock it into place, you can go ahead and just attach the fans and do a push config. I guess you could do a pull config either, but it doesn't look like this will let you do push and pull, just based on just, you know, how much clearance you would have between the top of this little piece once you put that back on. So once that's back on there, you're not getting a lot of clearance there. So what I do find interesting here is that they didn't do any real dust filter in here. They just took the liberty of using these intakes, which are big enough to give ample airflow within there, but I'm wondering how much dust would become an issue at the top here. I'm not 100% sure. After using it for a while, I guess I'll have to let you guys know. So one thing, guys, a special note, as I'm noticing as I'm putting this back together, I like to share these things with you guys. These small details make a big difference. The magnet on this guy runs the full length of the dust filter. Now, to some people, they're like, what the hell? I don't care. But the majority of dust filters I've seen had like 3, maybe 4 tiny magnets, and they might be strong magnets. But that's just pretty cool. I think that was really cool of Habon Tech HBT. So yeah, just a side note. All right, guys. So that's gonna just about do it for the unboxing and my first impressions on the Habon Tech Gravity 6 by HBT. I think this case right now, I'm gonna tell you guys, first impression, this case is an extremely nice case. I'm really impressed with it, especially coming from a company that we don't really hear much from. Like, I've never heard of them until I got into the market for this case. I didn't even notice that the power button was right there while we were going through the unboxing. That's how sleek that is. Really nice design. Looks like Batman. Y'all know I'm a Batman fan, big fan of the Bat. Only things that I would probably take a look at, and if it was me, is like I said, and they've already done this, is a tempered glass side panel. That just seems the way that the case industry is going. Everybody likes showing off their stuff. They spend a lot of money on it, and they want to showcase it. Other than that, some captive thumb screws are maybe a better way to keep the screws, because I did find another screw that must have fallen out. Maybe it was in there, screwed in, and maybe it got loosened during shipping and fell off. But I don't know if that other screw is phantom missing or if it's in the box. Anyway, if you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Follow us. Social media links will be down in the description below. Guys, if you got any questions, holla at your boy in that comment section down below. But until next time, guys, as we always do, in true Ruxman fashion, slow down, but never stop. Ruxman out. Love you, baby. Mean it.